Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 and futures. Right out of the gate, I can see that the structure is in a neutral consolidation, quite choppy price action. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on the most recent structure right here, the top part of the trend range. It's still going very sideways. In a trend range like this, it's very common for channels to be very tight and trends to pivot quickly. So you have two-legged pullback down. We have pushed back into the trend range. So right now we're going back into the trend range. Most breakouts will fail, especially after two legs down like this. So now I'm going to pay close attention to this. And as a price action trader, what's going to help me navigate the market is following the trend line rule. So this uptrend right now is going to need new high tested. Okay, I was ready to go long on a second entry long, but as you can see, the second entry long is very sketchy. The signal bar is weak. It's a weak bearish doji, so not ideal to enter. Can we get a high-low confirmation setup? And we actually had high-low confirmation setup with a strong bullish bar. Now this is a decent high-low. We're still above EMA uptrend is new high. It closed too far up, so we're not going to reverse lower. The bar is quite big, 7.25. So you need to use limit order, but this is great context for high-low. Unfortunately, ATR today was absolutely out of control. So if the bars are big, you need to either use limit order or you definitely should scale down. Maybe go even trade micros or just practice on sim, because the bars today were really big and you don't want to take a big hit, big stop loss, while previous days the bars are normal. So something to consider, you need to adjust for higher volatility. That's what we have to do as traders. Break a new high, uptrend played out, and once again, pay close attention to the visual two-legged pullback. Okay, you can see one leg up, break, second leg up, uptrend played out. So now I have to redraw brand new downtrend, working lower, something like this. Because we are in a trend range, so trends will pivot quickly. Lowest point, first break below, first entry short, uptrend is still in play, and you have second entry short. Second entry short is interesting to us because this downtrend needs new low. Decent second entry short, mini two legs up, market moves in pairs of twos. Okay, two-legged pullback, second attempt, but the bar is 10 points. So this cannot be entered safely, even with the max limit order, because by the time you're gonna pull back so far up, it's probably gonna reverse on you. So this is a great second entry short, but bar is simply unenterable. But good setup to study context-wise, breaking new extreme, and downtrend played out. So I'm gonna pause, looking to go short. Okay, we're going back into the trend range, and we're going back below. So this was confusing. At this point, this is where I put my hands away from the keyboard. I sit back and I'm not looking for trades, because you can see the previous range is not really holding. We are breaking lower. It looks like the range is expanding, but we are trending to the downside. This uptrend doesn't have a new high. What's going on? Why there is no new high? There is slight bearish bias, but it's still very choppy. So now I see a lot of conflicting variables and I'm not going to look for trades. Even though we have a second entry short, why this uptrend to get new high? This is a problem, okay? Whether there's going to be new high attempts, so I cannot take the second entry short now. Had this uptrend had break a new high, this second entry short is good. But because this uptrend doesn't have a new high, we can't take it. Break a new low again. So now I'm just patiently waiting. You can definitely see it's too choppy. It's very hard to predict any direction once the market is this sideways. Okay, you're basically hoping for some short-term trend to be established and follow the short-term trend line rule. You can see everything is pivoting quickly. It's still not respecting the range. It keeps working lower. So patience needs to be practiced here a lot. You're breaking new high. Very hard to find a good trade here. Not really looking for anything. Once again, two-legged pullback, one leg up, break, second leg up, helping you to predict reversal. I'm going to draw downtrend working lower. Okay, looking for second entry short makes sense because now we have quite an established downtrend. We have a second entry short here. You know, this is not a bad trade. It's quite sideways still. It broke above EMA too, so I have to mark it more aggressive. But it's a decent setup enough. Oh, it didn't even get a trigger. It triggered below this secondary inside bar, so it's hard to enter anyway. Okay, downtrend played out with the break, push to a new extreme. And we have two legs down like this. One leg down, break, second leg down. Perfect measured move. You have a second entry short, but I have to skip second entry short. Downtrend played out and I have two legs down. Okay, I even have to skip the lower high simply because the context matters. Look at the previous structure. Does this structure look organized? It doesn't. It's so choppy, so sideways. This is why I'm not going to draw a wider channel here, because it just doesn't fit the structure overall. This was such a choppy trend range. You can see all these two-legged pullbacks. Market is pivoting every single time. It's just better off to follow these short-term channels. Okay. And we have a new uptrend working higher, so I'm going to redraw new uptrend. I'm looking for second entry long now above EMA. I want to see second entry long to test the new high following the trendline rule. This is where the structure is easy, no conflicting variables. We kind of separated ourselves from the mess to the left. The second entry long is below, so I need to see high low above EMA, because the second entry long is below the EMA. Once again, two-legged pullback. If you train your eyes to see it, it's going to help you predict where the new move is going to start. There was no high low. You already have a new high, so I have to pause looking to go long now. Okay. You know, you have a lower high, but we need reversal pattern. In a situation like this, you prefer reversal pattern so you know where you can switch the trade. You can take a lower high in a trend range that is confirmed, but there is no confirmed key level. It's not static enough. Okay, so if you have some static resistance, triple top, you can take a lower high. But if you are in a no man's land and you see trends pivoting, it's really better to get that felt second entry long reversal pattern. Break new low again. Gonna redraw the uptrend, working higher. Something like this. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. I mean, there's no good setup here. High low here, quite big too. I mean, perhaps 7 points. Big bar, almost 8. All these bars today are big, so we need to mainly talk about the context, because next time the market's going to be slower and bars are going to be normal. But this is a decent high low to test the new high. EMA keeps holding. Okay, uptrend played out with the break. Push to a new high. Spike down. You have no new low for this spike down, so this is telling you, okay, market is more bullish because you have no spike for this reversal down. Just like here, remember, here this uptrend didn't get new high, and this one. Okay, this uptrend didn't get new high and market continue working lower. This downtrend doesn't have new low and market continues to go higher. So I'm not thinking about selling. I'm going to follow most recent structure. Very choppy price action, not easy to navigate, especially if you are a beginner trader. So just remain patient. Eventually a structure will be clear. There's going to be a trend that is established. You just have to wait your turn. That's what trading is about as well. Not trading is part of the skill set you need to have. Okay, we have a nice spike in a channel pattern. Quite nice market geometry. Uptrend is new high. So I'm looking for second entry long at the EMA. I have a second entry long. Even though it worked, it's just simply so far from the EMA. I can't take this. It's too far from the EMA. Unfortunately, only the first entry long touched it. So I can't take it. And look how structured the trend is. We keep going higher. Pullbacks are minimal. So I can redraw slightly wider channel like this, because it still looks like a seamless push up. And I'm looking for second entry long. Okay, new high, first entry long. Can I get a second entry long? I have a second entry long again, but the problem is this time you're entering long at the top of the move. This is a decent setup, great bar. Deep limit order can be applied. So this is a decent high probability setup. Second entry long, you need new high. It's above EMA. Everything aligns. It's just that you need to use limit order because the bar is quite big and closed at the top. And market keeps going higher. And once again, the move looks too seamless. It's uninterrupted. The break can't even push below EMA. So I'm going to draw wider channel. Okay, I'm going to draw something like this. Let me find something better. Okay, I want to have more confirmations. This is a little bit too... This is too shallow, but it's too flat. But it has a lot of confirmations. Either way, you have overshoot. If you're going to draw this one, you have overshoot as well. So no matter which channel you draw, you have overshoot. So you have to be careful now. If there's going to be textbook second entry long at the EMA, you would have to skip. So because we have overshoot, I'm just going to remain patient. Okay, there is a high low here, but it triggered on the inside bar, so not ideal. And market keeps working higher, so it's negating the overshoot, so I can widen the channel. make it wider. When it's not acting as overshoot, you can make it wider. Okay, we're gonna redraw a new downtrend. Remember, the uptrend still needs new high. There is high low below. Actually, it's not even high low because we broke lower, so we're still below EMA, quite sideways, not ideal. Can I get something above EMA? High low confirmation setup. Nothing above EMA. However, we have 2 legs down. We have 1 leg down, break, second leg down, downtrend played out with the break, push to a new extreme. So what I'm looking for is a failed second entry short above EMA. Okay, we pushed too far up for failed second entry short. So now the setup I need to get is the second entry long, because remember, you always want to take the failed second entry short when the move is starting. That's the whole point. We're going to trap sellers around the EMA and we're going to catch the move to new high. Every single time you see already a significant move working higher, I'm going to treat everything mainly as a first entry long, okay? So every single time you push too far up, it's better to treat it as a first entry long unless the trend is super strong. Okay, and now we have second entry long. You have second entry long. You have to use double bar entry again with the limit order. 2 uptrends need new high. This one and the main one. This is a decent high probability setup following the trendline rule. Work for a big scalp. New high was made. We're gonna pause, looking to go long. So this is how we navigate the price action. We're trying to make sense of it by identifying the structure, looking for these channels, and every single time we get a new high, we just wait for a new market cycle. That's pretty much the same thing. It takes practice. It's not easy, but it's fairly simple, and with experience it gets easier and easier, because drawing these trend lines is a skill. You will develop your gut feeling to understand what type of structure you're trading. So if you're starting out, you don't have to be worried too much. Okay, it takes time to learn this skill. Trading is a skill like anything else. You have a downtrend working lower. We have some short here. Mini failed second entry long, but you also have some support here. It's also quite sideways. I believe we need some proven downtrend first. Okay, I'm gonna draw downtrend like this, but we have already new low. But if I'm gonna draw a wider one, oh, even the wider one has new low. Okay, so even this one played out. Everything pretty much played out. Okay, push above EMA is confirming that the downtrend played out. Okay, you have a strong push above EMA indicating, okay, bulls are back in the market. There is no trade for me. I will not take anything. This is an inside bar, but even if this was an inside bar, too congested, too sideways, downtrend played out. In fact, market is reversing to the upside. So I'm going to draw wider channel, and the channel has overshoot. So I'm going to once again be careful. It even looks like overshoot. You can tell the move was structured, and now you have sudden push to the upside, overbought area. So I'm going to redraw some downtrend working lower. Okay, small break, push to new extreme, downtrend played out. I have a new low first entry short, second entry short failure, but we're still below EMA. We needed failed second entry short above EMA. It still worked, but not ideal. And now we have kind of like a high low while you're still above EMA. This is a decent trade. It's quite doji-like, but drop the limit order at the close and it's okay high low. Why? Because the uptrend needs new high. It's the same price action rules. We need new high. I'm gonna redraw a secondary channel like this, and now this is repeat pattern what we had right here. Okay, remember, secondary channel needs new high and the main one. We have main one that needs new high and the secondary that needs new high as well. This is always confidence that we're gonna go higher eventually when 2 channels need new high. That's always a good sign you're reading this correctly, because more things align. You have a second entry long here, below EMA doji, can't take it. Below EMA doji, can't take it. It's also quite stacked. You have a little breakout, pull back, and you have double trap now. Now this is a good setup because it's a strong bar, breakout, pullback. This was a sketchy bet, second entry long, 2 uptrend needs new high. Once again, today bar is big, nothing we can do, but great setup context wise. Break a new high, uptrend played out, so we're gonna pause, looking to go long. Perfect price action trendline rule. Okay, we're back above EMA. Okay, I'm gonna redraw downtrend working lower. You have a super tiny break. We can pretty much expect the channel to be more like one leg, and we have new low first entry short, second entry short. Great high probability setup following the trendline rule. Where is my red arrow? Second entry short, at the EMA, very broad. So this is telling you, okay, we're not going to go higher. Rate push down. I can draw wider channel. It looks like bearish trend can be stronger. You can keep the new low though, because it's quite one steep leg, break, second steep leg down. It does look like two legs down, but wider channel also has bounce here, bounce here. So not a bad structure. You have another second entry short, very broad two legs, decent setup. One leg, break second leg, break a new high. Once again, market moves in pairs of twos. Lower high confirmation would be good, but it's a doji inside bar can't take. We have a failed second entry long, which actually is a good trade as well. It's going quite sideways, but we're still below EMA. Decent failed second entry long to consider as well. This would have ended up being a losing trade, no problem. Okay, we have some here, but now it's too stacked. We didn't even trigger. Okay, we're going quite sideways. Can't really take anything. And now pretty much it's getting way too late. Market is about to close now. So this is the overall structure for today. A lot of bars on a chart, but ATR was super big. So once again, you either have to use deep limit orders, increase the target profit, or you have to simply scale down the contracts, go trade micros, or just practice on sim if you are not comfortable taking such a big risk, because you cannot also use super deep limit orders because you're going to miss most of these trades. So you can use some decent limit order, but if you're going to use super deep one, you may just want to sit on the sidelines on a day like this, practice on sim, and get some experience under your belt. But I hope you're good at trading. I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck your trading.